Hey guys, Andy here, A Come On Tolio. We're in round 4 of Vintage League. We're playing against Joe and Anton. Looks like they've most recently been playing PO with 4 main deck Managorger Hydras. Um, we won the die roll. Pretty awkward hand. But we do have some answers to PO here. I'm going to keep it. Obviously, Fatal Push is not great, but eventually we're going to be able to shuffle it away with Brainstorm. I mean, Fatal Push can get a Managorger Hydra with a fetch land. Now, obviously, this hand falls apart if we're not playing against PO, or if we don't find a blue source. Decay is another good answer to Managorger Hydra. Opponent's skipping very quickly through their main phase here, right into their second main. I guess they've got their settings set that way automatically, but that is a little bit peculiar because you don't always want to do that. It's just like it's F6, right? If we can find a blue source. There it is. Wish it was black, but we will be grateful to have this here anyways. Hold up Flusterstorm, and we got the Mindbreak Trap here. So it doesn't look like they have anything. Now they have started stopping in their main. We will attempt to Brainstorm here. I think that's okay. Brainstorm, yeah. Now they've got a little nicer because they've got the fetch, but oh, wow, okay. They find removal for my Collector Roof here? Yeah, okay. So we got outplayed there, outmaneuvered a little bit there. I mean, I still think I would do it, and knowing all that happened. I mean, I don't want to tap down for during my main phase. There's a good draw. Opponent did expose their land as well, which could potentiate me drawing a wasteland as well. So Deathrite Shaman is definitely one of my best draws here, though. Opponent has 7 cards in hand now. Oh, they locked themselves? They maybe have locked themselves. Do I want to... I think I'll Flusterstorm it. They got their own Fluster. Okay. So this is probably a Sedgemoor Witch build that we're playing against here. Um, so the good news for us is that Mindbreak Trap is turned on here. Now, this could be the Managorger Hydra deck. I have no idea. Could be a Sedgemoor Witch. The cards are interchangeable for sure, depending on what you're looking to do. I'm much happier facing Managorger Hydra than I am the Sedgemoor because Bug has difficulty getting around the Witch. It's super awkward. I'm not going to play the Lotus. Like, I guess in the world where they kill my Deathrite Shaman, there's not much I can do about it, but this way we're holding up Abrupt Decay. Time Walk's fine. Sadly, they could be building up towards a dig through time or treasure cruise, and this game is slipping away from me if that's the case. But the fact we can't drain here is fairly significant. Okay, so this is just going to be an ancestral. Hopefully they play another spell here first, but there are no creatures that I can hit out of the yard. Interesting. Oh my! Okay, so they are setting up a consultation kill here. And it's not one I can win either. Jeez. Yeah, I can't stop it. Does absolutely nothing. So they can't fluster. They got the force though. So I mind break trap, and then they have force. Yeah. All right. Third Doomsday deck in a row in this league. Man, nothing I can do here. It's not going to be enough, sadly. They got the force. I wouldn't want to go as far as to say that I feel favored against Doomsday, but I feel like the Doomsday matchup is very polarizing and it's extremely close. Yeah, 3 out of 4 decks so far played have been Doomsday today. I guess people are just very much on it. The good news for me is, despite I know Joan Anton plays well overall, I do not note them as a Doomsday player, and Doomsday takes a significant amount of experience to play around the nuances that other decks are presenting. And despite most people can put together a reasonable pile, it's a deep understanding of what you're trying to play around that makes Doomsday a potent deck. So we're going to keep this one. A little bit awkward. I mean, I could play the Deathrite Shaman, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm just going to hold up. I'll play a Wasteland, or I'll just play the. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to play the Black Lotus and the Wasteland. Very controlling hand here. Eventually, we're going to draw a land, a blue producing land, hopefully a black one, so we can drain, sit back on our counter magic. This hand is not great, but it's very viable. Allows us to play around days. Could likely play for Flusterstorm. If they Ancestral, we've got the Misdirection and good chance of being able to win that battle. Despite it could come at an expense of a Black Lotus to pay for a Flusterstorm, but I think that's okay. Of note, too, that if we get put in that situation, we could actually not play around days, and we could pay the 1 blue off the Black Lotus and use the remaining 3 to flash in Brazen Borer. So opponent's tanking pretty good on what they want to do here. But from our perspective, outside of the Wasteland not being blue producing, this is about as perfect a hand as you're going to get against Doomsday. I could hide the Wasteland, but I don't want to do that. I'm not going to flash the Borer in here. I don't think it's worth it. Not happy to show them that, but no land. Okay, interesting. Well, in this particular instance, I think I am going to be assertive, and I think I'm going to flash in. Do I do that? Like, they're not playing a land. But what happens if I miss? I don't think it's worth it. This I will do. Okay, Sylvan Library's in. So, I mean, there's a world here where we could lose right now. We don't have Flusterstorm up. We do have double counter spell, but that might not be good enough. Oh, good for my opponent. I like that line. They sat back. Now they're getting an extra card out of it, but that's it. And of course, we're going to Wasteland during our turn here. Surgical Extraction, I like a lot. We're going to be very aggressive. Sadly, we did not find a land, but we're going to do a Gitaxian Probe here and see what we're dealing with. Hopefully draw a land. We did. So they've got Ancestral, Fluster, Misstep, Sedgemoor Mitch. Okay, so they're playing a Sedgemoor Doomsday combo, and I do like that. Okay, we're going to take them off the library for sure. I'd love to get the Underground Sea, but that's okay. Geez, that Plague Engineer is going to be good against the Sedgemoor. I love it. Underground Sea. They're going to Dark Ritual into Sedgemoor. Ponder is fine. Now, they have the Ancestral here with Fluster backup, so I can't really tap down. Chooses to not shuffle. So what happens if I drain them here? I come off Flusterstorm. They Ancestral. I misdirect. Yeah, I think this is fine. I think it's fine. I mean, we could drain our hand pretty badly here to fight this, but I do believe this is a fight we can win. Yeah, so my opponent chooses not to get involved. We're going to need a bit of help here. We'd really like a Wasteland. That's super awkward. I have to drain here because I feel like I need to get deeper. What do I want to get rid of here? I think I'll just drop the collector roof. So a bit awkward now because they are in pretty decent position here. They have the Flusterstorm up, but I think they're just going to Sedgemoor, is my guess. So now they can do Fluster Ancestral, right? So I tap down, they Ancestral themselves. This is going to facilitate them discarding a bunch of cards, right? I think I can do it. This might be a mistake on my part, but I just have so much counter magic. That's fine. I'm going to draw other land here coming soon. These decks typically run 2 Fatal Pushes, Ancestral Recall. So what we're going to do, little bit awkward, but I'm actually going to Force of Negation. Okay, this is an interesting scenario here, because what I could do is I could actually misdirect this. But I don't actually want to misdirect it because they're going to Flusterstorm it and it's not a battle I can win. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exile this. And if they choose to fluster this, then I will misdirect. And if they've got another Force of Will, so be it. So they do have the Flusterstorm here. So I think what they're going to do is they're very likely to just let this go, unless they found a Force of Will somehow. But I believe I have full information. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have full information, I believe. Now, where we lose this is if they have a Force of Will. So they've decided to let it be exiled, which is good for us. We need to hit a land here. That's what we need. Can't pay for both of these, sadly. They have the misstep for my Deathrank Shaman. I will pay for going down to 2, and we will pass turn here. So my Mindbreak Trap should be fairly solid here. I would expect that they're just going to drop a Sedgemoor Witch here, is my guess. Dark Ritual, yeah, okay. And Sedgemoor Witch. Okay, so this is 2, so we're going to force that. And what do we want to get rid of here? I don't think Misdirection's at its best here. Since the so they're going to Fluster. Right, so I can stop all of these. They can pay for 1, but it does let it resolve because they have the extra mana. So there's the Fluster. So I think what I have to do here is I have to Mindbreak Trap. Let's hope that works. They got another fluster. Okay, so that's not one we can win, sadly. And the Sedgemoor Witch is actually going to beat us because we are at 1 life, and I cannot block it. So maybe I should have played the fluster there. All right, so we're going to have to fluster here. It doesn't beat us because we've got... So it stops my Mindbreak Trap. So how did they do this? 1, 2, Force of Will. So sorry about the pause there. I ended up flustering their fluster that was targeting the Mindbreak Trap, and it's just so deeply complex to sort through this. I know my opponent has a misstep and trying to figure out what's targeting what, and it's just, what they can pay. It's very overwhelming and confusing. I would say probably one of my greatest deficits in Vintage Magic is sorting through fluster stacks. Like, it's just so agonizing. And one mistake just costs you, right? Like, this is kind of like if the Sedgemoor Witch resolves, I die. It's that simple. So I know they've got a misstep here. I don't think that they can get out of this because I have a mana to pay. So we need to sort through, right? Here's their first fluster. Here's my Mindbreak Trap. So let's see what happens. So they're going to come in here with their misstep here shortly. All right. Whew. That was brutal. Okay. I think they have a land in their hand. Deathrite Shaman's pretty good. Force of Will is a dead card, so I'm putting that on top. Do I want to slam a Plague Engineer and start getting some pressure going here? Maybe I do, because I know they have the misstep. Okay, let's cast a Plague Engineer because I know it can resolve, and we'll put this on Pest, I guess. Let's try that. This is why we're running Plague Engineer. Now, hopefully they don't draw into any of that stuff. So I think they have a mental... Okay, whoa. What's this? Doomsday. That's pretty scary. Okay, nothing we can do there. They probably just win next turn. So what's going to have to happen is... Jeez. Flusterstorm doesn't even save me here. They've lost their Ancestral, so Gush is just an easy thing for them to do. Mental Misstep is in their hand, which turns off my surgical extraction. So, yeah, I think they're going to get us here. Doomsday, just really timely off the top. I was not anticipating them being able to pull that off, but I guess they drew it off the top. Okay, let's take a look. So, I mean, certainly Gush would be in their hand, right? They're in their library. They just win if they have Gush. There's nothing I can do. Okay, they're down to 6. I guess Flusterstorm is probably our best draw. Mindbreak Trap. We don't have another Mindbreak Trap, actually. We've already used it. Tarmogoyf does not do it. Okay. Let's attack. We're going to try and cast a Deathrite Shaman, and this will put them to... Because if they probe or something, let's see if they just misstep this. I mean, I don't think they need to worry about it too much. Yeah. So now if they use something like a probe here, they're just gushing, right? Yeah. There's nothing I can do. They just... The gush is the problem here. The opponent smartly resisted the temptation of... Yeah, you see they just counter it. They're not worried. No, we just lose. Well played by the opponent. Time walk. Okay. Lotus. Yeah, nothing I can do. Ugh. Doomsday. Like the combination of the Sedge Witch in that deck, it works out really well. It's a nice alternative.